Well, it is getting cold, and your first thought is to stay inside, bundled up nice and warm. But just because it's cold outside doesn't mean that you don't need to still be getting out in the sunshine, getting out in the fresh air. You have a lot of people who experience seasonal affective disorder, which is kind of like the winter blues because it's so dark and cold and they don't get outside. So just having 10-15 minutes outside in the sunshine can kind of trip those neurons in your brain to kind of help give you a little bit more happiness, a little bit more cheerfulness in the cold weather. So in the wintertime, you are going to want to stay warm, but as you're exercising, your body is going to kind of heat up. So you want to dress in layers. That way you can remove a layer as you get warmer and still make sure that you keep your body protected. When you're layering, you kind of want to start with a base layer, which is usually, hopefully if you can get it, a synthetic material that's moisture wicking to kind of pull the sweat away from your body, because the sweat on your body can make you colder. So your second layer is going to be your warmth layer, which generally needs to be maybe made out of wool or fleece, definitely not cotton. Again, something that's going to be moisture resistant. Then your top layer is going to be some sort of wind-breaking material, maybe even have a water resistance to it. Then you can kind of remove as needed as you get warm. You also want to make sure that you take care of your extremities. You want to wear a hat, some gloves, again, hopefully with a moisture-resistant layer. You want to have good socks and good shoes. Again, that moisture-wicking material on the socks, if you can get it. You want to keep your feet dry and warm. Also, you want to have something for your ears to cover your ears, whether that's your hat, a headband, a scarf, or even some little ear covers just to keep your ears warm. You want to make sure all of those little areas of your body are covered. You want to make sure that you use sunscreen, because just because it's cold doesn't mean that we don't have the UV rays, so you want to protect your skin. You also want to consider maybe having some thicker lotion or chapstick or something on your face just to kind of protect that skin. Any of your skin that's going to be touched by the wind or the outside elements, you want to kind of protect that. You want to make sure that you warm up adequately. Being cold, it could potentially take you a little bit longer for your body to kind of get warmed up and used to movement. So your warm-ups may be a little bit longer, they may be a little bit slower. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to your body, listening to it, and making sure that you're taking things at the pace that you need, making sure that your body is ready for the work that you're going to give to it. Breathing can be more difficult because the air is so cold, and that's, if you have any type of breathing issues to begin with, that can make it worse. Even though you're tempted to breathe through your mouth because it's easier, you really want to try as hard as you can to breathe through your nose. That's going to give your body an opportunity to warm that air up a little bit so that you don't have such cold air going straight to your lungs. That can hurt your lungs, and that can also lower your body temperature as well. So you really want to try to stay in a state where you can breathe in through your nose. Perfectly fine to breathe out through your mouth, but again, you just kind of want to take some precautions and make sure that you're being as efficient as you can. Pay attention to your surfaces. Make sure that you're watching the ground, you're not coming into contact with any type of ice. You don't want to go out and get hurt when you go out to exercise. You're doing it to improve your health and help yourself, not to injure yourself. Pay attention and watch for frostbite and hypothermia, especially if you're those people that get those really long, intense workouts. Frostbite and hypothermia are possible even in moderately cold conditions, so you want to watch out for those. Frostbite is damage to your skin from cold weather. Usually, again, it happens with those extremities, your fingers, your nose, your cheeks, your ears, your toes. You just kind of want to keep an eye on those. Hypothermia is when your body temperature goes too low, and that can be a very serious condition, so you want to watch for that as well. Just like with your warm-up, your cool down can kind of take a little bit longer. You need to be aware that your body temperature is going to be high, and if you just stop immediately, you're going to have that high body temperature possibly sweat and the cold from the atmosphere around you. And so that can kind of send you not into shock, but it can be shocking, and it can negatively affect you. So you want to do, again, maybe a little bit longer cool down than what you normally would do, and make sure that you get yourself into a nice warm area as soon as possible so that you can kind of get everything back and regulated. So it may be cold outside, but that's still not an excuse. You need to get out, feel the sun on your skin, breathe in that fresh air. Just make sure that you take precautions because it's a little bit different than the warmer months. So make sure you stay warm, make sure you stay covered, and make sure you stay safe.